Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. So we are in our Season 3 playlist here, series of videos to help you learn about Season 3 Golden Realm of Last War survival game before it comes to your server. And if you're in the middle of it, when you find these videos, hopefully it can help you catch up if you're behind or get an edge over your competition. So let's take a look at what Season 3 Week 2 brings. We'll smash that main icon on the home screen there, the world map or your base, and then we'll go into Season 3. So Season 3, Week 2, we have activities just like every other week. We finished up Week 1, and in Week 2, where we had first up the Oasis Project. The Oasis Project was all about greening the land in our war zone. And so we had to go around and green different sandy tiles, and you could get ranked here. You can see I didn't really do too much or anything. But what's greening? Let's back out and go to the world map. So zoom out, see if we can find something. We should hopefully be able to. Now the cities, see they have all green area here. Here's a little sliver. There we go. Alright, so there's some sandy spots still. So what this first Oasis task is all about is anybody, it doesn't matter what your profession is, you can go ahead and tap on a border of a grass and non-grass area, and this greenification icon will be lit up in green. Go ahead and tap that, and it will cost you 10 stamina to send a plane to turn that desert area into a lush landscape. Now this serves not only the purpose of completing the Oasis Project activity and getting the rewards there, but also every time you capture a city, you want to make sure you do this because this is how you find, and there might not be any left, but this is how you find the relics, or artifacts I should say. And you can see here there's still one undiscovered artifact in this particular region. So it is somewhere here in a sandy area that has not been yet converted to a grassy area. So when you send a plane to green, as we can see that sand is now gone, this is how you can unlock these artifacts. Those artifacts are exactly like the supply collections in Season 2. So that is the first activity of Season 3, Week 2, Oasis Project. Up next, we had Archaeology and Digging. So we had to donate coins for this one. It's actually still ongoing for another few days, I would suppose. And at this point, we have met the criteria, so we got the rewards. And if you tap the little circle, whenever there's a circle there, it's going to give you a little more information. So this particular activity is about donating coins, and then it unlocks a desert treasure event. And this is where you're going to smash some stone tiles, and you're going to uncover different symbols, and then you're going to get really good rewards, actually. And you can go ahead and tap the go, and it takes you into the desert treasure. Now, I don't have any to show you here. I might have recorded one before. I'll try to drop in. But basically, a desert vault is going to open. And when it does, you will use hammers, which you can get from various sources, to break the tiles showing a symbol. And then once you reveal all the symbols, you'll get a chest. And that chest will give you very much needed resources for the season. So this is something you definitely got to do. So that came about here in Season 3, Week 2. That was our second activity, Archaeology and Digging. Then we had Return of the Dead. So Return of the Dead, well, we had a task here of converting units by helping our allies, and that's sending a plane to somebody. So we're going to convert the units that have died to desert protectors. Let's see if we can find someone here who maybe needs a little help. Let's see, everybody may be good. Here we go. So the Shrink Wrap, he misspelled his name, I guess, guy here. He has this symbol of 30 T10 troops. So he has had 30 T10 troops die and become eligible for conversion to desert protectors. How do we do that? Well, we tap on his base, tap that icon, and send some planes. And these planes will convert either 3 or more, depends on your professional skills that you have. It will convert some of those dead troops to desert protectors. And that's what we see here on my screen are the desert protectors. I don't have any troops that can be converted. They would show up in this spot here. Everyone has helped me convert them, so they're now up here ready for collection. I'm just choosing not to collect them yet. These desert protectors give you a lot of extra power in battles, and they are definitely necessary in many cases, and definitely may be necessary for the digging stronghold bosses. So that is week 3, season 2, the Return of the Dead activity. Now, what Return of the Dead then unlocked that we don't see here is the tile called Return of the Dead. Return of the Dead mini event. This is going to carry on for the next couple weeks. This is exactly the same as the Beast Crisis in the previous season. So you're going to have mummies are going to attack at this point your Alliance Center every Tuesday and Friday. You have to garrison the Alliance Center in order to defend it, and your Alliance will get pretty okay rewards. They're not great. They're no better or worse than Season 2. So we successfully went through this on Tuesday of this week, and we will have another one coming up on Friday in a little more than one day. We can tap here and actually see the rewards that you can get. It's speed ups, but this mithril and water is very critical. Again, we get it here, and you have to complete the total of 30 attack waves in order to get all of the rewards as an alliance. So depending on how hard they are, which they do get harder each day, each iteration of this event, you're going to need to pay more and more attention. The first go, we just had people in the Alliance Center, and I don't think anyone even got hurt. So it was easy. But we know this gets hard. It's just like Beast Crisis in Season 2. Let's go back up here. So that is week 2, the Return of the Dead. We had to help our allies convert units, got the rewards, and that opened up the Return of the Dead mini event that will run for the next couple weeks. Next up, we have a couple city available activities here. So our war zone, we had to capture 10 digging strongholds in total. Once we did this, it unlocked level 3 cities. So this was the level 3 digging strongholds. Go ahead and tap go. It will take you to the Season 3 City Clash, little mini event. That is a tile. If we back out here, that is a tile that you've got on the main screen. That's where it took us to. So we have passed to level 3. We're now into level 4, and level 4 cities are going to open up on Saturday. So it's just like in the previous season. Wednesday and Saturday are the city capture days. Tuesday, Friday is the player versus enemy computer mummies on the Return of the Dead. So that's the same cadence, and I expect that we'll have the faction wars on the same cadence as we had before as well, but we have yet to find out for sure. So our level 3 cities initially opened up after we captured enough of the level 3 digging strongholds. Now they would have opened anyways on that Wednesday, and they are still up for declaration of war, 2 a day for both digging strongholds and cities. And so we'll capture some more after reset today, as we do usually capture 2 and then wait to reset and capture the other 2, or whatever next number we want to capture. Then we have up for grabs the Temple of Sun. This is a level 4 city, so that's what you saw when I went to the City Clash. So here, this task to get the rewards are going to be all about killing enemy units. So because this particular city availability activity is on Saturday, Saturday is versus day, people are going to be getting killed, so we'll easily hit this requirement, which will give us the rewards. Also on Saturday, we need to be ready to take these cities. Didn't mention it earlier, but this will happen at 1400 UTC. So Saturday is when we will be able to capture the level 4 cities, provided we have connected land. So let's go back out to the map real quick and zoom out. We can see what AOA has here. Right, we've released some in the backside. We've continued to move forward. I got to clean up some markers. We have one we're going to capture here at reset. But then this next set of unclaimed plus symbols, that is the digging stronghold level 4. We need to capture those in order to then give us access to the Temple of Sun level 4 cities. So it's just like the previous seasons, you have to have connected land. So back up here into week 2, scroll ourselves down. So the last thing that's going to open up here in week 2, and we're all eager to see how this turns out, is the trading posts or the trading centers, depending on what translation you use. The trading posts will become available. They are going to become available over a rolling period of time. So this activity here that will give us another set of rewards, this activity is all about killing Doom Elites in the war zones. It's across all of them, only 2,000, that's going to go fast. We'll get these rewards, but the trading posts will be available. I just want to point something out here. Tap this little circle. So trade posts, level 1 trade posts are available for contests. Allows commanders to invade other war zones. So that's a piece of information that we didn't have, or maybe I forgot about what I read up on Discord. But that tells me that there's some cross-server stuff possibly going on here. I would expect that other people, players, commanders from other servers could travel to a server and capture the trading post. We tap go. It's not going to take us anywhere because the event's not there yet, but we can back out to the map, zoom out, and you'll see the trading posts follow the diagonal. So here's a level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5, and then nothing above that. And it's the same on each of the diagonals. We have level 5 here, level 4, 3, 2, and 1. If we zoom in, we can see the protection period is 3 more days on the level 1 trading post. So that's going to put us on the weekend. And if we zoom out a little bit and go up to the level 2 trading post, we can see it's 4 days. Level 3 is 5 days, and so on. So these will cascade up the levels and open progressively. And if we go ahead and tap on the trading post, we can tap here on the info icon. What's this tell us about level 1 trading post? Well, its first opening is going to be Sunday at 1200 hours server time. All right, so that's important. So that means that's going to be 1400 hours UTC. Again, right now the server is 2 hours behind UTC. I think it always stays that way, actually. The opening interval is 7 days. The contest duration is 1 hour. Troops stationed in the trade post will gradually increase capture progress over time. Progress is tracked separately for you and your allies, which means it's a commander level. During the contest, the first commander to reach 100 progress wins the trade post, which means it's not an alliance that holds the trade post, it's a player that holds the trade post. The commander with the highest progress takes the trade post if it has no governor. If the trade post already has a governor, the current governor retains control if no one reaches 100% by the end of the contest, or otherwise 1 hour. So a trading post has a governor. It's going to be a person. And as far as I can tell, this can be anybody from any server in your grouping. The first capture reward is going to be some diamonds. This will increase as you go up. And we also see that the trade post is an independent store, and the governor can refresh the items one time, although that translation in different languages is a little different. So we're not really sure about that yet, but as far as we can tell, this is a individual player held piece of land, and based on information we know, we don't think you have to have connected land. So keep that in mind. All right, that is the last activity item that will open up in week 2 of season 3. So plan the trade posts. More to come on how those work. I'll do a video specifically on trade posts and recapping that, what I just said, after we get through the capture, because we want to make sure we really understand how the dynamics work. That way you have a video that's going to tell you everything you need to know. What else happened here in week 2 of the Golden Realm? Well, beyond the activities, we have to pay attention to these tiles that are below the season 3 main tile. So Sandworm Crisis, that continued. That is a 2-week activity. It will start in week 1 and go through week 2. We have the Digging Stronghold Clash. That is the main activity of capturing the Digging Strongholds. So pretty familiar with how that works mechanic-wise in the previous seasons. It's the same here, and we've seen that. So we have to capture those Digging Strongholds in order to then get the land and get the land connected to cities. Which brings us to the City Clash. That happens in week 1 as well as the Digging Stronghold Clash, and it will continue on for a little bit longer. The timer on these is really set for when you're expected to be able to reach the level 5 Digging Strongholds and eventually level 6 cities. I'm going to tell you the Digging Strongholds are not easy to capture. If you don't have a strong 50 million or higher squad in some mega whale alliance, then you are going to need to have full resistance, so plan ahead. So far, AOA is still the second only alliance on all of this server that's able to capture a digging stronghold and capture it before the corresponding city level opens up. And we're about a half day behind the other alliance. We have the Desert Treasure, we looked at that. Return of the Dead, we talked about that one. The Build an Oasis, that came up as soon as you capture your first city, so this is a week 1 item here. Apparently I've got some rewards to collect, so I probably should do that. You can see where you have progress underway. You do need to get your greenification to 80% before you can reveal those artifacts, and this is where it will show you if you still have artifacts. And then how many are left in the world across all of the levels. So we'll cover that in a focus video for you as well. Season Pass, Weekly Pass are still there. Make sure you get your daily special in the Weekly Pass, even if you don't buy it. Marshall's exclusive weapon came out this week, and so we had the Battle Pass show up there. I've got a separate video on that one. Make sure you check it out. Desert Bazaar, we're going to do a video on this, but this is basically like a store here in Season 3. You trade your sandworm scales, and you can get different items here. It's kind of like the zombie invasion trade store. Same kind of concept, just different currency. This refreshes weekly, so that starts in week 1, and it continues, and that will continue for the rest of the season here, as we got 39 days left. Desert Blessing, that just tells you about the progressively released buffs from decorations-based skins and heroes. We saw from preseason that McGregor and Skylar are coming up for a exclusive weapon, and once they get the exclusive weapon released, they will get their damage increase for monsters. So Marshall's out this week. We'll expect the others coming up in a couple weeks. And the other big thing here for week 2, they release the hero swap. All right, so this is another really critical thing for some of you players out there, especially the free-to-play. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at the guide for hero swap. So we took a look. It's newly updated, ready to go. Let's tap next. So after swapping heroes, 2 of them, their levels, rank stars, and shards will be swapped. Okay, so I have a level 150 Diva or Carly is what it shows here, and I want to swap that with a Marshall or a Murphy that we see, right? So we're going to swap a level 10 with a 98, and what that is going to do is it's going to convert Carly from level 10 to level 98, as you see under the new indicator there, and it's going to swap their stars. The Wall of Honor level will remain unchanged. So let's say that Murphy here was 5 stars. He's still going to be 5 stars, at least as it relates to the Wall of Honor, even though now he will drop to 1 4/5 stars. The exclusive weapon will not be swapped. So if the hero's rank drops below 5 stars after the swap, the exclusive weapon will be temporarily locked, kind of like the Wall of Honor, and its effects won't apply in battle until the hero's back at 5 stars. So keep that in mind when you go to swap. If you've got Carly's exclusive weapon, and she's not going to be fully 5 stars after you swap her with somebody else, which I don't even know why you would swap a hero that has an exclusive weapon. Seems like a bad trade. But she would then lose access to her exclusive weapon. So keep that in mind. Not good. And then finally, changes in rank or exclusive weapon may result in the hero's skill level decreasing. But don't worry, they're going to return those skill medals to you in full. If you have not reached enough of a tier level for the skills to be promoted to that level that they are at when you do the swap, then you're going to get that skill level decreased, but you will get the medals, right? So that's to keep that in mind. Pay attention to your skill levels there. You cannot have a hero have a higher level of skills than the stars would have otherwise allowed them to have, which means that the skills don't transfer either, right? The skill level. And finally, I received 2 hero swap vouchers. These items can be used during this event. I already claimed it when you saw it before. So that is the basics of the hero swap. I'll play around with this and see if there's something more I can show you and then do a separate video on that topic. There we have it. Season 3, Week 2, here in the Golden Realm, Server 33, the first set of servers in the mix. The rest of you are going to start getting Season 3 soon. If you're not familiar with the season at all, or don't know what I'm talking about, well, go here into your base and check where you are in the storyline. Doomsday Domination. Right, they've started adding Season 2 and Season 3 items here, at least for us. So you can see that we have progressed quite a ways, and even to get to that, you need to at least make it through 120 days of gameplay before you get to Season 1. Even then, it's probably really more than that, and Season 2 and so on. I have been here on server 33 for more than 415 days, so you kind of get an idea just what it's been like as we get to Season 3. It'll be a little shorter for the rest of the year, but make sure to check that out so you know what I'm talking about in case this all seems very confusing to you. Smash the like button, subscribe, drop me a comment, and I'll catch you on the next update of what we got going on here in Season 3, The Golden Realm.